Hello guys. Today we're gonna take a look at that All-Star game here. Um, can I see the... I don't know if it'll... Wait, plays. Okay. Um, yeah. I don't think it'll allow me to check out the teams. Oh, I can... I forgot to check out the Jets in the last one, like I said. Jets were very solid right there. Saw some... I felt like I kind of lost like the rhythm of checking the overall stuff in the playoffs, so there's all of them there, kind of. But yeah, let's just check out this game here. Of course, we're gonna be the NFC. This is also going to be, I believe, the finale of the season mode here, so we'll talk quite a bit. Share my thoughts on it towards the end of the video. It's kind of funny. The Pro Bowl right now just occurred like last weekend, and it's funny. Like, I've always thought that like this new format of Pro Bowls having skills challenges stuff was the right way to go. I think out of all the four pro sports, I feel like football's Pro Bowl stuff has been by far the weakest. Mainly because they barely do anything. They just have one game, and nobody really watched it. Like I've been seeing these comments about all these people wishing they brought back the old school Pro Bowl, and I'm just like, you guys didn't watch it then. They weren't really that well received. And in all honesty, this should be pretty challenging. And yeah, moving the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl. I remember when they did that. I know a lot of people didn't care for it because it meant that the championship teams wouldn't be fighting in the Pro Bowl. I didn't mind that as much, but yeah, I think. But here's the thing. This is my personal opinion on it right now. I actually prefer this format the best because if you think about it, the other sports leagues all-star game times, like, yeah, the games themselves can be pretty entertaining, but the most famous part is the other stuff, like the home run derby and the dunk contest. That stuff is the stuff people go to see. So them doing more skills-based challenges, I feel like is a better representative of just all-star stuff in general. But I also feel like that you can truly measure quarterback versus quarterback or DT versus DT and so on because of the drills. You can't really have a literal quarterback battle when they're on different sides of the game kind of thing. But I'm even fine with it being flag football because one, it's still football, and two, it's like something like this isn't worth people getting hurt over. Like, it doesn't need to be a literal football game. It can be laxed. And yeah, other leagues, they don't do that. They have it be a legit game. But even then, there's still certain rules. Like, every league has rules unique to the All-Star game that differ from a regular game. And that's the same thing with football right there. And they have to see if there's any Lions here. Can I look at my? I can. Let's see. Oh, Barry Sanders is a backup, so he kind of made it. Yeah, not really. That's kind of crazy. I thought there'd be a bit more, but I may have not really crushed it with the stats, in all honesty. Oh, shit. I got lucky. I thought I was going to go for a run. I wonder if how fast Young is in this game. Nah, I went the complete opposite way. Oh yeah, I don't know if he's faster than Batch. I know I'm kind of fucking around, but I was legit curious, but now I really gotta. I don't know what they're gonna try to get them out of this situation. Ball at the 26-yard line. Oh, Freeman! Look at that! Wow. You know, I kind of felt like with the angle, if he cut just right, he could have a chance. I'm not quite sure what's on the AFC side. I don't think I can check. I will say this, like, doing this, it does make me legit curious on what, like, how much difference there is in this, in the 2K1. Because I know there's a franchise mode in that one, but I'm just not sure, like, how different it is. So I am curious on going back through that, but I gotta be honest, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing next after this, because I don't know if I want to do more wrestling, because I don't know what game I would do next with wrestling, and I also don't know if people want to see more wrestling when we already doing so much on the Fire Pro side of things. I mean, I'm fine with doing maybe a college football game, but probably not. I probably want to lean towards something else. I've already done basketball, quite a bit of basketball. Um, I, baseball, baseball, I could kind of make something for, but I'm kind of limited in my game selection, and to be honest, I'm not quite. I'm trying to think. I'm, I'm kind of. I'm kind of not sure. I feel awful about Super Mega Baseball 3 because I know I planned on doing a bunch of stuff with it, and I kind of failed at making it a thing, and I wish I didn't. But it coming out at the same time as 4 just kind of threw me off a little bit, and it kind of made me a little too hesitant. Um, so hockey, I kind of want to do hockey, but I'm not quite sure. Well, you know what? Super Blood Hockey would be a great one to do. I might do that.
Well, even a handful of yards would help out a lot here. They need to keep themselves out of a third and long situation. It's second and about 12.
I should have done a goal line, but I thought there was a chance they could pass. Oh, wow. I got lucky with that one.
It's now second and 10. Incomplete pass. He led his man on the pass, but by too much. It's third down. Ball on the 28. It looks like they're going to come after him.
And the cool thing with Super Blood Hockey 2 is I could stream it. Although, that would definitely, well, it actually would be good timing though, because we are, TWN wise, we are about to head to an off season, so it would be a good filler stuff along with RCW stuff, along with all that, so. It wouldn't be the worst timing in the world, but I do need to find a new recording thing. Actually, no, I do actually have something lined up for that. Right, made it. I want to see if I can sling it. Ah. Moss going deep. Oh, look at that.
He's at the 20. Here it comes. In there for the score. An 80-yard play for the touchdown.
Just sling that shit. Look at that.
One of the fastest 40-yard times in the league. You know, Dan, I was watching him do some sprints in practice, and you know, he's almost as fast as me. Yeah, right. In your dreams.
Yeah, yeah, because this game came out in 1999. Like this is the same, roughly around the same time that Madden 2000 for PlayStation came out. Now, granted, I feel like comparing this with Madden on PlayStation isn't fair because PlayStation's technically the prior gen. Dreamcast just kind of came out a bit early, but still, I mean, now comparing this to like Madden 2001, well, I don't know if that'd be fair either. Like, you almost have to compare Madden 01 with NFL 2K1, but I think, but man, sports games back then, they were something else. Like you can tell. And here's the other thing too. I think the big reason why sports games are struggling so much now as well is that I feel like sports are becoming more and more of a niche thing. I don't think being into sports, at least to a video game level, is something that a lot of people are into as much. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I feel like more and more kids aren't partaking in sports, and that could be for a lot of different reasons. But a big one I feel like is a lot of kids aren't getting selected to be in sports because a lot of the times they're being left out of like high school sports or something like that because they're filled up because most schools don't have room for everyone who's interested to play in sports. But it's a different world now too. There's a lot more to get into, to get invested in. Ooh, Sanders with look at that. Nice. Let's look at that replay. Jeez. Is that Deion Sanders? Let's just heave it. See what we can do. Oh, they don't like that it's not close. But yeah, but there's just other things to get into. Shows, video games, movies. I mean, everything's just exploded the last several years, and if you're growing up during all that, I can get why you may not be into sports because there's just so much going on, you know. And to be honest, if you're not even given a window to get into sports, why would you? Like, like, like I say, and the other thing too is you could also look at the on-field product. I mean, basketball in-game action for basketball, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Football's kind of a toss-up. Baseball, baseball and football are kind of toss-ups. Although I would dare say football might have been a bit better in the past. I don't think it's at that level like NBA. NBA is pretty bad. Um, I think hockey's probably still pretty solid though. Mm, experiment a little bit. Oh, dude, you had it. But yeah, I just think I think kids just don't. I think sports are just a bit more tougher to get into because I feel like it's just harder for kids to partake in sports. That in combination with sports games being utter shit, that it's just a combination of things. I mean, because oh Carter,
He's at the 15. He's in for the touchdown. A 48-yard play for the touchdown.
Sometimes it's all about speed. All the jumping and fancy moves in the world can't stand up to a guy who is fast.
Chris Carter really poured it on to leave the defenders behind.
Well, last time I saw something moving that fast.
because when I grew up, one of my I mean I was playing sports before it, but what really got me rolling was, getting into like sports video games like Madden, Slugfest. Those were the big ones that I started with. To NBA 2K later on, and that's what got me really passionate was being able to explore that stuff in a video game setting. And kids can't really do that right now because like I said, there's just more stuff around. And here's the other thing too. I feel like the younger kids nowadays, they feel like they're more aware of the challenges of the world, and I think it's also a lot harder for younger people to kind of get lost in other stuff because you're being bombarded by real life shit all the time. So if they're getting lost in something, it has to be something that's to an extreme, and getting lost in sports isn't a very extreme thing because sports is still pretty on a realistic level.
Narrows his options down to one guy in every coverage.
It's second and 10.
Oh, look at Butler.
36. He's at the 30.
Defense just pounded on the O-line. It looks like the quarterback got the
Jeez.
jitters and threw an interception.
Vinny Testaverde really seemed to be reacting instead of acting there. The defensive pressure really kept him off balance. And they have the extra point. It's looking like a surefire victory here in blowout fashion. That score now makes it 35-3. Turk signals the referee for the kickoff. And he sends it away. Nice little pickup on the return.
But yeah, it's just overall, I just think there's too many things going on that's making kids just look at sports and be like, I'd rather do something else. And that's a combination of the sports video game landscape not being as good, sports in real life being a bit more tougher to get into, and tougher to get into from a playing perspective, and in a mental investment as well because they're not growing up with sports being possible way to spend time. And here's the other thing with sports too: you need other people to play. And kids nowadays, they like the ability to do shit on their own. Like, kids don't want to do something that needs other people. At least something like athletic. Like, when it comes to athletics, any kids that I feel like do have athletic desires, I don't think they want to achieve them through sports. I think it's something they like doing, something like weightlifting or working out or something like that. That's just at least what I'm seeing so far. I'm not saying that this is accurate or anything. This is just something I've been observing with the sports world. But I don't think think sports are like nothing right now. I mean, I think stuff like MMA or wrestling, I feel like that's still going great. And sports still make a ton of money. Like, I'm sure there's still kids that are into sports. It's just, I just think it's just tough for them to get it at a level like we're used to because of all those other factors that I mentioned before.
If anybody keeps on feeding us, whatever.
Ball at the 33-yard line. Young over the middle.
Nah.
It'll be third down.
Right now, knocking down the pass by the defense. It's their job to knock that ball down in any way. Hit, strip, punt, whatever it is.
Ball on the 33.
Look at these numbers. If I'm the defensive coach on the other side, I'm double underlining his name in my book.
First down, 10 yards. He's well past the marker. That's a first. A gain of 14 on the play.
If you look at his overall stats, you know that he's the guy to watch. He's the playmaker that the defense has got to follow. Or it'll be a long plane ride home.
Oh, Rice.
Here we are at the end of the third quarter of play. 35 to 3. It's first and goal. Jamal Anderson is a master at varying his pace, speeding it up at just the right moment to get away.
You know, he told us before the game that he just can't help himself. There's nothing he enjoys more than motoring away just as the defender gets close.
Nice.
Yard play for the touchdown. And they connect on the extra point. And they're really working on all 8 cylinders to just keep adding to the score. 42 to 3. Kirk gives the referee the signal for the kickoff. And the kick's away.
Yeah, because I feel like they're definitely going to be passing.
The defense has woven a pretty tight net here that hasn't been letting any passes slip through. That's posted some good defensive numbers.
It's second and 10.
Oh, wow.
He's got the first down and then some. A gain of 23 on the play.
Oh, what a nice catch there.
First and 10. A gain of 20 on the play.
That ball was drawn to the receiver like a magnet. That quarterback has really got an accurate arm.
2 minutes on the game clock.
Oh, jeez.
And he will have enough yards for the first down. First and 10. It's snapped. Testaverde looks and throws center field. And he overthrows his man. Incomplete pass. That brings up second down.
That was a poor throw. That could have gone right into the arms of a defender.
Second and 10. Testaverde passes to the right sideline. McCaffrey gets it. Big yards there. He's eventually pushed out of bounds. 8 yards on the play. That brings up third down. 1:40 on the game clock.
Jeez. shit, I could have sacked him. Oh well. They were due for one. I wonder if they're going to onside it. Yeah, they're going to onside it.
Carefully adjusts the ball and lines up for the onside kick. And he kicks it downfield. 34. Gets it off the bounce. And he gets brought down before making any on the return. 1 minute, 24 seconds on the game clock. Snap. Anderson wearing his line left. He was then at the line of scrimmage where his progress was rather impolitely impeded. Tackled by Atwater. Just a minute and 11 seconds remaining.
All right. Moss, of course, player of the game, cover athlete as well. Alright, we're going to let this clock finish out. Oh, man.
Now all they need to do is keep it up for one more play.
Alright.
The NFC really shellacked their opponents here. They come away with the win and a final score of 42-10. And that's it for us here. Without any delay, we send you back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Alright. Well, that about does it. Whew. Crazy. That was the NFL 2K season mode. Man, interesting. Interesting. I have to say, like, this game is probably one of the best sports games out there, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it established a Madden competitor. Now, granted, you can argue that this series didn't truly begin to eclipse it till like 2K4, 2K5. It took them a few years to really start to... Because the thing with those EA games is they jack them full with so many special modes and features. It's hard to like compete with that sometimes. But I think what really makes this game stand out to me, it just feels refreshing. Like, this game's the equivalent of drinking a nice cold cola on a summer day. It just feels like it's just a breath of fresh air. Even almost 25 years. No, it's been like close to pretty much 25 years since this game came out, and it feels like just a solid, good base of a game. Now, yeah, there's no franchise mode or anything like that. That stuff would come later, but man, you got yourself quite a bit to work with. You got fantasy stuff, you got, the season, playoffs. Tourney, I think it's just more creative playoffs. You got customization stuff. I mean, for a first time game, it gives you a decent amount to work with. I can't think of any faults with the game necessarily, 'cause there really isn't. Like, yeah, gameplay is may not be the most simulation based in the world, because there are some arcadey elements, like the tackling can be a little over the top sometimes in a fun way. That's not necessarily a criticism, but it is something. Passing and running does, I feel like, get a little polished in later games, but I don't know, like, this game just hits a certain way. Now, I don't know how much, I forgot, because I last reviewed the other games in this series years ago. Years ago. And it's so weird trying to look back on it, but yeah, it's definitely, I think this is a great game. You can do this with any sports game, but I feel like with a game like this especially, it reminds me of like Tecmo Super Bowl, where yeah, it's one season and stuff, but the way it's shown and the way it's done kind of gives it like a multi-person kind of party game vibe a little bit. And I feel like you can do some cool stuff with that. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a great thing to look into. It's especially great if you're feeling nostalgic for older football, past rosters, past teams and seasons, because it's definitely understandable. And the great thing about this game too is that it's probably one of the cheapest Dreamcast games you can get. So if you're a sports guy, it's definitely a good game to start with for your Dreamcast stuff. But yeah, the mode itself is solid. Like, it's not super flashy. There's not like a lot of like stuff you can do because it is a season mode. But it's all there. I mean, it's a great base. I think what I love most about that mode in itself is in all honesty, I just think it does a good job just nailing the bases. And I will say, the simplicity in a lot of ways, I know it's for the time because it was the first, but I kind of it's kind of refreshing to have things a little bit more on the simple side in terms of stats. I feel like it's so easy to get overwhelmed with stats nowadays because everything has so much, that sometimes having a game that just kind of keeps it simple is very refreshing and nice to see. But yeah, overall, solid mode. Had a lot of fun going through it. Glad to get Barry Sanders a ring like he should have got. And yeah, but yeah, like I was saying earlier, I don't know what I think I'm gonna do Super Blood Hockey next. In terms of series review, I'm close on quite a few, but it's hard. It's very hard for me to get new stuff. Now, in terms of another stuff too, sports game reviews, I do have another 8-episode run of it coming up. Learning about video games is something that I'm trying to get going again on a weekly basis for a spell, like an 8-week spell or something, but that's still in the works. But yeah, I don't want this to turn into a kind of a semi-channel update, but that's kind of what I'm looking toward. I've been trying to kind of get more of the stuff going again. It's just a combination of things, in all honesty, that's kind of holding stuff back. And to be honest, it might be easier to start doing some new stuff, and you might start seeing some new stuff on the channel as well. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one here. Thanks for watching this. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the Campy Company, you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.